Today I have sent a paper on low cost nutrition intervention and outcome in post-operative cancer patients with chyle leakage, a single center observational study. I am a clinical nutritionist working at Tata Medical Center, which is a tertiary care cancer hospital, and I am working there since its inception for about nearly 3 years. So my paper is on chyle leakage. It is absolutely an observational study. The objective of my study is to observe the post-operative cancer patients with chyle leakage who were managed with conservative nutritional intervention only. What is chyle? Chyle is a milky, white, odorless liquid rich in protein and lipid. About 2 to 3 liters of chyle flow through the thoracic duct daily and empty back into venous circulation. Chyle is a milky white colored odorless liquid rich in protein and lipid, and it flows via lymphatic vessels, and about 2 to 4 liters of chyle flow through the thoracic duct daily and empty back into venous circulation. Chyle is a rich source of lymphocytes and also provides about 200 calories per liter, greater than 30 grams of protein and 4 to 40 grams of lipid per liter. Chyle leakage. If there is any rupture in the lymphatic vessels, then chyle can leak. This chyle leakage is a very rare complication, which manifestations are chylothorax, chyle deposited in the thoracic cavity, chylous ascites, chylopericardium, and external draining fistula. The main reason for this chyle leakage is lymphoma 60%, trauma 25%, and other is 15%. So trauma during surgery in post-operative patients, the chyle leakage prevalence is very low. That is only 1 to 4%, and it is more seen in post-radical neck dissection, post-cardiothoracic surgery, and post-pancreatic resection. The chyle, if we see a drain, color is white. A white colored drain fluid is coming out post-operatively, then we can assume it may be a chyle. So if the several studies are showing that the simplest way to determine whether it is chyle or not is that to restrict fat. The white color is due to the lipid content of the fluid, chyle. So if we stop all kinds of fat via enteral route, then the color becomes transparent one. So if it is so, then we can say this is chyle leak. And the confirmation of chyle leak can be done by assessing the triglyceride level of the fluid. If it is more than 110 milligram per dl, then surely we can say this is chyle. The goal of chyle leakage treatment is to decrease the chylous output, replace fluids and electrolytes, and maintain nutritional status. As because if there is chyle leakage, then a good amount of nutritious fluids is coming out, will come out from the body. So patients may become malnourished if chyle leakage cannot be solved in a few days. And another drawback of chyle leakage is it increases the length of stay in the hospital. Management of chyle leakage, the main stay of chyle leakage management is conservative nutrition intervention, and there are pharmacological therapy and surgical interventions also. If nutrition intervention doesn't work, then we have to think about all the rest of the interventions. So what is the conservative nutrition intervention? Conservative, when we take fat via enteral route, we take most of it is long chain triglycerides or long chain fats, and they form the chylomicrons and it flows via the lymphatic vessels. So, if we stop having long chain triglycerides or long chain fats via enteral route, then we can stop the chylous output. So, the first, IV is the route. If we give IV nutrition, total parenteral nutrition, if we give fat in total parenteral nutrition, then it cannot form chylomicrons. It directly goes into the blood vessels. So total parenteral nutrition can be one intervention, and enterally we can give low fat, low in LCT, but high in medium chain triglycerides, as because medium chain triglycerides do not form chylomicrons, it directly get absorbed, and protein and carbohydrate rich food we can give via enteral route. So in my study, from January 2012 to November 2013, only 26 chyle leakage patients were identified from our hospital medical record system, and all the data are analyzed by SPSS. Among these 26 patients, 38% of the patients are female and 62% patients were male, and all these patients are post-operative patients. 50% patients are post-operative patients from GI surgery department, 42% patients were from head and neck surgery department, and 8% from the gynecological surgery department. The mean age is 53 years and the range is 29 to 75, and 31% of these 26 patients were diabetic. Total, among 26 patients, 13 patients are from GI surgery, and 54% of these 13 patients were post-Whipple's or pancreatoduodenectomy patients. 11 patients were from head and neck surgery department, and oral thyroidectomy 36%, and oral cavity surgery for buccal mucosa and tongue and other mandibles 64%. Gynecological, we received only 2 patients from gynecological surgery, post-gynecological surgery. The mean chyle leakage onset, the post-operative day 6.5 is the mean chyle leakage onset day, and all chyle leakages were managed only by conservative nutrition intervention. No pharmacological and surgical nutrition intervention were required for these patients. Their mean duration of intervention was 8 days, and mean length of hospital stay post surgery is 14 days. So in 14 days time they may need cereals around 200 grams, pulses 50 grams, vegetables 200 grams, fruit juices 300, egg whites 3 numbers, cooking oil we have used MCT oil, sugar, banana, and high protein supplement.
Which type of cereals you are using?
I'm just showing you the regime.
I would like to ask you whether you were giving oral
No.
or tube.
Actually, they are post-operative patients. Initially, most of the patients were on enteral nutrition, and all the patients received initially enteral nutrition, and few days after surgery, when the patient is tolerating their enteral nutrition well, they are switched to oral nutrition, and this is a sample of oral nutrition plan. And enteral nutrition also, we used blenderized liquids with these pulses and fruit juices and these supplements and sugar and all.
You never faced any problem regarding osmolality of your blenderized diets through tubes?
Not really.
All were on NG tubes?
No. Most of the GI post-surgery patients are on NJ tube, nasojejunal tube, and the head and neck surgery, post-head and neck surgery patients were on NG tube, nasogastric tube, and 2 gynecological patients who were, when they are diagnosed with chyle leakage, they are on oral diet only.
Yeah, of course, the gynae patients would be on oral diet, but they were on oral solid diets.
Yes.
And my only concern is if you were using a nasojejunal, then whether you were getting some kind of osmolality problems or any diarrhea, any other symptoms, any adverse events, right?
Actually, the thing is that post-operative chyle leakage diagnosed on an average 6.5 days post-operative. Post-op day 6.5 is the average day of diagnosis of chyle leakage, and during this period, patients were quite tolerated all the enteral nutrition support when we started.
And, since it's an observational study, who was deciding whether you will put your patient on TPN or PPN or EN or oral liquids?
It's a joint decision, mostly clinical nutritionists and surgeons, sometimes with the surgeons. Not really.
Through an enteral route, the patients are receiving the
No,
mixing.
when the patient is on tube feeding, this is an example of oral nutrition plan. During tube feeding, we generally use pulses. We don't use any cereals via our enteral nutrition
So I wanted
tube.
to know the composition of the enteral.
Right now,
Low cost. You have identified. You are low cost. You are.
yes, it is low cost. It is much more cheaper than the MCT formula available in the market.
I wanted to know the formula. The low cost formula, whatever you have achieved.
I have not planned a single formula for the therapy. It is I have found this low cost intervention when we are giving this therapy via natural food, with low fat natural food with supplementations. There is no such single one name a formula.
There is no a single formula, but
Yes.
there is a sample formula maybe there.
This is a sample form
This is
of the oral.
This is the oral.
Yes, I'm not carrying any enteral nutrition regime with me. If you can give me time, then I can share.
Here it works. What's the function of the IPN? IPN is giving us the idea about the parenteral and enteral nutrition. How much and which type of food we should give through the enteral and parenteral route, as because there is nowhere in West Bengal and most of the states in our country, there is no specific formula how many grams of glucose, generally amino acids, glucose and the lipids in MCT and LCT are using by the dietitians and the surgeons of this country. There is no, as such, no formula are using by the different hospitals dietitians. Here the work of the IPN is for giving the guidelines to the dietitians and those who are in the study of the nutrition, the guideline which type of and how much lipids and which type of lipids and how much carbohydrate in which form of carbohydrate should be given parenterally or enterally to the patients. So I request all the participants to go through the guideline of the IPN, which will help us to whatever we are studying. It is a lifelong learning process. For our studying, I think it will help us. Thank you. Please, all the participants go through the guideline given by the IPN. Thank you.
The chyle leakage management, it is not at all a normal condition. In normal post-operative conditions, this kind of enteral nutrition support is not given. This is a specialized special complications and a very rare complications. In my 13 years of career, I have got these 26 patients in my last 2.5 years. Before that, I didn't get one single patient with this kind of problem. So this is a very rare problem. Thank you.